morning.
So, the first thing we're going to do in a Pilates class is we are going to look at our ABC. So, ABC is alignment, breathing, and centering. So, the three main things that you need for a class. So, the first thing we're going to do is our alignment. So, what we mean by this is our pelvis. So, I'm actually going to tuck my top in so you can see. So, with your pelvis, you need, when we say it's a neutral pelvis, or some people say, make sure you get Pilates pelvis or whatever you hear. When they talk about that, this means that your pelvis needs to be in alignment. So when we say it, we don't want you in this position and we don't want you in this position. We want you in the center. So what I do is I say, this is A, this is C. So rock your pelvis from A to C, and then you want to find the middle. So you want to find that neutral bit at B. So if you're someone that walks around like this, or you're someone that sits at a desk a lot, you're naturally going to fall into those positions. So it's finding that middle position. So just rock yourself from A, rock yourself from C, and then just find that neutral position. So when we say you need to find neutral, this is what we mean. So whatever position you're in, you may need to rock your pelvis sometimes, just go, where am I? What sort of position am I in? Let's find that middle bit. Yeah? Does that make sense? So, next bit is your breathing. So I want you to put your hands under your ribs. So your fingers facing forward, hands under your ribs. And what I want you to do is just take a nice deep breath in. So with that, you've probably all just gone, because a lot of people breathe from their chest and we breathe from our shoulders. We need to make sure that we're using our diaphragm. We need to make sure that we're breathing from here. So what I want you to do now is take a nice deep breath in, but by expanding your ribs. So as you breathe in, your ribs will go in. As you breathe out, and you'll feel. So your shoulders shouldn't be going up and down. You should be able to take a nice deep breath in. So your ribs go out. Breathe out. Your ribs go back in. So when we do breathing in Pilates, you must make sure you breathe from here. If you start breathing from here, we end up holding our breath, and that makes the moves a lot harder. So what we want to do is make sure you're breathing from here. If you need to ever reset and go back to that neutral position, find that position and do a couple of breaths to make sure we're breathing correctly, then we do that. And then the other thing is our centering. So centering is about where you feel grounded to your mat. So the first thing is making sure that you've either got barefoot or some grippy socks on. Just because if you're slipping around the mat in normal socks, you won't be as grounded as what you should be. So centering, all I want you to do is rock forwards and backwards. Just try and find sort of a little bit of balance, go off balance a little bit and just make sure you feel yourself. So if you're standing on 2 feet in Pilates or you've got 2 hands down, something should always be grounded. So it might be your bum that's grounded. So making sure that your mind and your body is feeling the same, you're grounding down. So if we're to stand on one leg, you should be able to stand on your leg quite comfortably instead of sort of rocking all over the place, because you're thinking of the foot that's on the floor. So we're grounding into that foot. Okay? So that is your basic ABC of what you need to remember during any sort of Pilates class.